everyone, and welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I am your yarn host, Jennifer. Today, I made a couple purchases and I'm going to show you what I bought. I'm also, I think I'm going to leave it at I show you what I bought. I was going to show you what I made also, but I think we're going to save that for next week. Because that's usually what we do on Mondays, is I show you guys what I've been working on, what I made. And because I recorded Monday's video last week, this Monday's video last week, I have a whole new supply of stuff that I've already made, and I'm anxious to show you so that I can get it put away and take care of it, but at the same time, like, then if I show you today, I will have nothing for you on Monday. So, because this week has been just insane. But before we get into what I bought, I wanted to cover a few things because I've got a couple of comments. One, I got a comment on my Instagram that was not actually directed at me. It was directed at other people, but about me, which was kind of strange. And the question was, why does Cinnamon Stitches not respond or interact with the comments? I heart some here and there. I don't physically have the time in my life, and I will not ever have the time in my life to comment to everyone. I read the comments and I heart some of them, but even leaving a heart on every single comment that I receive every single day would take me hours and hours. And I love you guys. I read the comments. I appreciate the comments, but I cannot give up that many hours a day of my life to respond to everyone. It's not a feasible thing. And smaller channels may have time to do that because they're maybe working with 100 comments a day across all platforms. I'm working with several hundred a day, several hundred comments. And that's just comments across TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and not even Facebook really, because my sister takes care of the Facebook group. And here on YouTube, it's several hundred a day. It's not a reasonable thing to ask of me to comment to everything. And I wish that I could interact with every single one of you. I really do, but it's not possible. It's just not. And if you did get a response from me, like say, if I paid someone to come in and respond for me, you wouldn't be interacting with me anyway. And then that would take away some of the personal interactions that we have. I do read every comment, and it's not possible. So I wanted to cover that because I do feel bad that I can't comment to everyone. I appreciate every single one of you that watches and that interacts with my channels. It helps so much. You leaving a comment, it's not for my benefit alone. Like, if you leave a comment and you ask a question, I try to answer the question if I have the answer. I don't always have the answer. But if you just leave a comment, like even if I say thank you to every single comment, it would take me approximately 5 hours to get through those several hundred comments. It's not an easy thing to keep up with. But I will say this, every time you leave a comment, it helps other people to see my channel. So I do appreciate and I do read every single comment. So with that being said, what else was I going to talk about? I was going to talk about something else. I lost it. I have no clue. I did some purchases and I went to Joann's. And the reason I went to Joann's is because I got an email from Josh. Hi, Josh. Josh messages me on Instagram every once in a while. And he asked me to check out some hooks that they have. So this week we're going to have a review on these hooks. Do they look familiar to you? They look a lot like the Furls hook in the shape, but they are made by Boy, so they have a boy head on them. And Josh asked if I could, well, he didn't ask if I could, he actually told me, he's all, you need to review these. I was like, I'll review them, but so I bought some to try. And that's the reason I went to Joann's, because we all know I don't really care for Joann's a whole lot. So I got those hooks. And I will talk more about those hooks in the review of those hooks, which will probably be tomorrow or the day. I'm not sure what order these videos are going up in, but there will be a review on my channel of those hooks. I am going to give them their own independent review, so I'm going to try them out on their own, and then I am going to put them up against the Furls resin hooks, because those are resin as well, and see side-by-side comparison if that is a good, cheaper alternative, or if you should spend the extra couple of dollars and just buy a Furls hooks, because those were a little bit expensive, even though I got them on sale. My receipt is somewhere in here. The lady at Joann's like crumpled up all of my receipts and then shoved them in the bag. I'm like, really? Yeah, so the hooks are regularly, what am I looking at? $10.99, and they were on sale for $8.24. So they're $11 a piece. But I'm going to put the receipt with the hooks because we are going to do a review series on those. And then I was like, all right, well, since I'm buying hooks from Joann's, I kind of have to buy yarn from Joann's. Actually, that's not what happened at all. I went in there looking because a couple years ago, I made a 5-point. It's not even a 5. It's a top. It's a crop top. It's a crop top for bigger people. It fits my body. It was super cute. I made it out of Scarfie and some not Hobby Lobby yarn, Walmart yarn. And I have wanted to make the tutorial for about 2 years now, and I never got around to it. And I'm like, okay, the weather's getting cooler. I want to make this crop top. It was made, and Scarfie's like a bulky yarn, so I needed a bulky yarn. So I went to Joann's. I was like, let me see if I can find some bulky yarn. All of their bulky yarn at my Joann's is pretty much all wool. Wool is fine. Like, if you can use wool, fine. I am having difficulties working with wool because of my skin issues. And so I was like, I'm not. And actually, the first, and this is what's crazy, okay? The first crop top that I made, and I know you guys are like, crop top on a fat girl, that don't sound right. It's cute, trust me. Trust me. You guys are gonna like it. It's made like a poncho, and then you close it off under the arm so that it fits like a crop top. You could essentially make it as long as you want, but it has a point in the front with a flat back. I just think it's cute. It makes me feel sassy. I like it. When I made the first one with Scarfie, I had zero problems with the Scarfie yarn, but then that really big flare up on my hands happened, and ever since then my skin has not been right. And I cannot no longer use Scarfie. I have tried. I actually have a project that is partially done upstairs in my bedroom that I don't have the heart to throw away. And I started to make a top out of it, and it bothered my hands so bad. And so I can't finish it. And so I knew, like, if I was going to make this, I had to use a bulky yarn that I actually can use. Well, I couldn't find anything in Joann's. Nothing. They didn't have any bulky yarns that didn't have wool in it. I mean, they had woolies. I can't use woolies. They had Scarfie. Can't use Scarfie. Like, it bothers my skin. So I did, however, find clearance yarn. And I don't know. This color just, like, sucked me in. It is a very, very bright gold color. And this is Big Twist Renewal. I have never tried this yarn before, but I figured it's worth a try. It's really hard to see the renewal part there. There we go. We just need to create a shadow. It's 100% recycled acrylic, 290 yards, and it was clearanced out for $2.97. Yeah, so I got 2 in the gold color, and then I got 1 in the gray color, and they're all the same. And I thought those went really good together. Don't know what I'm going to make with them. And then I got a Lion Brand cotton candy blend. This was clearanced out for $5.47, which I actually paid cheaper than this price when it was on sale. I got this on sale for $5 a couple months ago, so I actually paid more clearance than I did for the sale price, but that's typical for Joann's. And this color is just beautiful. It's like a blue with a ribbon, rainbow ribbon striping around it. It's the color Sky. It's a lightweight number 3. It's 271 yards. It's 52% polyester, 48% cotton. I have a couple of these, and I have no idea where they are on my shelves right now. I have a couple of them in the white one. So this is the blue. And it will still go with the white because they both have that rainbow color wrapped around it. My light is up higher, so the lighting is not picking up on the yarn as well, because I had to put the light up higher because glasses. So yeah, so I apologize if you can't see the colors as well as normal. So that's the yarn I got. And then I was like, all right, I'm standing in line, and somebody was doing a return, and the cashier had no idea what she was doing, and she had to call for help, and it was a whole thing. So while I'm standing there, I was like, oh, crochet books, right? I wanted a crochet book. Well, I subscribe and get Crochet World in the mailbox, right? I have not made a single thing out of Crochet World. I mean, there's cool patterns in here, but I don't know. Like, it's not the type of stuff that I like to make, so I wanted something different. This, by the way, this is the one I got this month. This is December's issue. And I was hoping for more Christmassy stuff. I mean, it's a December issue, right? And there's wintry stuff, but I don't know. Nothing that screams Christmas to me. So this is what's in the December. These are all the patterns. So there's wintry stuff, but there's not anything, I don't know. Maybe I was hoping for Santa or something cutesy. I mean, they could have did a Santa pillow instead of a, they call that a cat. Looks like a tiger to me. So I was looking, I was like, okay, well, and I was looking at the magazines that were wrapped in plastic with all the extra weird stuff in there, right? And one of them had a double-ended crochet hook. And they were charging like $16 because it had a double-ended crochet hook in it. I was like, okay, that's kind of a rip-off. Like, I don't need the hook. I just want a book. And then they had the Bella Coco magazine, Crochet Now or whatever it is. And I was like, okay, well, and it had extra stitch markers in it for, I don't know, it was like $16, $18, something like that. And so I was like, and it was really thin. I was like, I'm not paying for stitch markers that are plastic that I don't really want. And not only that, I was like, okay, well, they're also, all of the patterns in that catalog, in that book, are European terms. I don't want to have to rewrite the pattern in my terms so that I understand, because honestly, like, patterns, sometimes it's hard enough just reading a pattern, let alone having to decipher that they use DC instead of SC, or they use treble instead of DC. Like, that's confusing to me. So I was like, oh, look, a Christmas book. I didn't realize it was a European book. This is from the UK. There is something on my desk. Good thing I have washcloths right here. So I got this, and it just says, your crochet. Your crochet Christmas, right? But this part has like a thing on it saying that there's an extra calendar in here, right? So, just gonna rip that off. Didn't realize. It is from Simply Crochet. It is the same as Bella Coco. It is patterns in UK terms. So now, if I want to make something on here, I have to rewrite it so that it's in my terms. Which, I mean, I know that I have subscribers all over the world, and you have to do the same thing with my patterns, and I appreciate that. I have a hard time. I struggle with it. I struggle with reading patterns in other languages because I have to decipher it first, because my brain goes faster. My brain just goes faster. And you guys will probably notice that in some of my videos. Like, my brain is going faster than my mouth is able to keep up with my words, because my brain it's zooming. And so that's kind of what happens when I'm reading a pattern, is I tend to go past or go faster than I'm reading the pattern, and I have difficulty comprehending it. Go figure, right? So I was disappointed because now I have to translate these. And the bonus crochet calendar that they're so excited about, I didn't read that either. This book, by the way, was $19. $19. It's a crochet calendar, which I was like, oh, cool. And I was thinking it was going to be something like the one I have from last year, but no. It's wreaths. It's wreaths. So every month they have little bits and bobs that you make to make 4 wreaths through the year. And the patterns are just for little pieces of the wreath, which to me, that sounds tedious. There's no, although Juju would love those. Juju would adore those mushrooms. But I already know how to make mushrooms because I did a whole tutorial on it. But these are what the finished wreaths look like, which are beautiful. But it looks like a lot of work. A lot of work. And I don't like doing little things. So now I wish I didn't buy the magazine. But whatever. There are some really cute patterns in this book though, including that Santa Claus. I don't know that I will make the Santa Claus, but I was thumbing through it last night. And they have Christmas mice. And if you guys ever remember the story I told about the Christmas mouse, I think those are adorable. I might make those. I don't know. But these are cute. And I don't even have to read the pattern because I can pretty much guarantee I can figure out how to make these. They're little Brussels sprouts. P.S. I love Brussels sprouts. I roast them or smoke them. I don't boil them. I don't like them boiled, but aren't those the cutest? So I might have to make myself some Brussels sprouts to go with the fruit that are on my shelves. But yeah. There's some really pretty stuff in this book. Not a lot of stuff that I want to make, but that's okay. I really, really love this type stuff. I think this is the prettiest. I just love stuff like that. Now those I would probably make. I would probably make them bigger though and make like a whole little crochet village. But yeah. So that's what I bought at Joann's. And then I came out and I was kind of disappointed, and I was already having I'm going to say this, I had a hellacious day last week when all of this was occurring. And so I needed to go to Joann's because I needed to pick up the order that I placed, and then I got that yarn, and then they didn't have the yarn that I wanted. So we're driving back home, and I was already in a really funky mood just because, you know, stuff had happened here, and I had to process it and deal with it. It was very stressful. It was very stressful. I know what I was going to tell you about, the haunted houses. I'll get to that in a minute. I will get to that in a minute. My brain is going faster than my mouth can keep up. So I was like, I'm trying to figure out what bulky yarn do I like that I can use. And I was thinking, well, Puzzle is a bulky yarn, but it's a thin bulky yarn. And I could use that for the shirt. But I wanted like almost a solid or like a very simple. I didn't want like, because Puzzle tends to get a little bit busy. Like it has different striping colors. And it's just, I didn't want it to be that busy. I wanted kind of like a nice, almost a solid color. And so my brain is going and going and going, and I'm trying to run through all the yarns in my brain that I have programmed in there. And we started to drive past Walmart, and I looked at Mr. Cinnamon. I was like, can you please go to Walmart? He's all, why? I said, because they have Bloom Chunky. And so he's all, okay. Well, little man was not in a good mood. He was not in any shape to go into the store. And so I was like, he's all, well, do you want me to watch Lucas in the car while you run in? And I was like, do you want to watch Lucas in the car? Or do you want to run in and get my yarn for me? And he's, because he knows I hate Walmart. He's, I'm just going to drop you at the door, okay? I was like, that's fine. Like, that's what I planned on doing anyway. But I do appreciate that he was like, because he's like, I don't know what yarn you want anyway. I already knew what yarn I wanted. I knew what color and everything. You guys have already seen this yarn. And I told Mr. Cinnamon when I came out of Walmart, I should have just went to Walmart and not gone to Joann's except to pick up my hooks. And so I got the Bloom Chunky. You already saw this. I got the Gerbera color, the Gerbera, however you say that. We are going to make our top out of this yarn. I bought 5, but I also have 2 more. I think 5 should be enough, but I'm going to have to wait until I finish the tutorial to actually give an exact number of how many of these we're going to need for my size top. And I'm going to, obviously I'm going to tell you guys how to make your size top, but I'm really excited to work with this. And now I have a plan of what to do with it. And I think because it's mostly a natural color, it's like an off-white color, I think the bloom effects in the pattern of the top is just going to be lovely. At least it is in my head the way I imagine it, because this is what it's supposed to stripe up like in knit. But we know that we're crocheting, so it's going to look different. But I think what's going to happen is going to have little splotches of colors here and there, and I think it's going to be just gorgeous, and I'm so excited to work with this. And so I bought 5 of those for $25 because these big skeins are only $5 a piece, and they are, how many yards did I say these were? 218 yards. So I got 5 for $25, a $25 top. That's not bad. So that's what I purchased. That's what we got going on. And yeah. So I'm really excited about doing that tutorial. I am going to try to start the tutorial today while I'm recording this video, and I hope to have it done by the end of the week. The tutorial may be Friday's video. We'll see. I gotta wait because obviously when we're making a tutorial, it takes longer than just sitting and crocheting it, because I have to film it and I have to make sure what I'm saying goes along with what I'm doing. I have to there's like all these extra things that involve making a tutorial. So, and I can't just sit and just make the whole thing all in one shot, because I'm a mom and a wife, and I have to get up and make dinner, and I have to go pick up little man from school, and I have to run errands, and I still haven't grocery shopped. So hopefully I have the tutorial done by Friday. That's what I'm aiming for with the bloom. And there's lots of different colors in this. You don't have to use the same color. And honestly, I don't care if you use the same yarn as I do for the tutorial. If you use a bulky 5, it should work. It's a very easy pattern that you are going to measure on your own body. And as always, you can make this, whatever my tutorials are, I try to make clothing especially that you can pretty much make for any size person or body. You could probably also make this for a little kid without a problem. We're just going to do like we did with the Summer Breeze tank top, and we're going to measure it to ourselves or to the person we're making it for. And it'll be another beautiful garment that we can work for us bigger girls, you know. I was watching a podcaster some time ago, and the podcaster, in response to something I had said about plus size garments, that person came back with, well, ponchos are easy because ponchos can be made for anybody. Well, that's not the case at all. And anybody that has a bigger body or like an odd shaped body or an unusual shaped body will know that not all ponchos fit us. Doesn't work that way. I have made quite a few ponchos that don't go over my shoulders because as a fat person, my body goes out more at the arms, and also I have really large top half, so I go out this way more than maybe a person who is less endowed. Our bodies are all shaped differently, and ponchos don't fit. They're not a one size fits all. But because I have a bigger body frame, I think that gives me a little bit of an advantage to help us all to be able to cater it to our bodies. And I always try to leave in little tips that help me and help you to be able to get it to fit your body a little bit better. I give you guys ways to alter the pattern. In everything that I do, I give you ways to alter the pattern. And this is not saying that I'm better than anyone else. It's not. It's just I have experience being a fat person. So I know what it's like to have an unusual body and need to fit things to different shapes. That's all that is. So I think, you know, I like making plus size garments for you guys, but I also like giving you guys the alternative, because with the Summer Breeze tank top, it was so fun because I got pictures of all sizes sent to me. You guys were making the Summer Breeze tank top for your little grandbabies, your daughters, your nieces, and then you guys were making them for yourself, like all different size bodies, all different shaped bodies. And I love that so much, from the smallest person to like a big person like me, you know, all size and all lengths. There were crop tops, there were dress lengths of my Summer Breeze tank top. And that's what I'm aiming for with this crop top for us, because I will wear it as a crop top, but I will show you how to make it a longer shirt if you want. I will show you how to adjust all of that. It's going to be just fine. We're going to have a lot of fun doing it. So if you guys have your bulky yarn on hand, go ahead and look through your stash, see if you have some number 5 yarn. And if not, I will show you what I'm working with, and you guys can maybe think about placing an order with whatever. I'm telling you though, this is probably the best deal for bulky yarn that I have found anywhere. It's either that or the puzzle yarn you can get for $5 if you want more of a striping effect, which is not what I wanted. But if you want that, go for it. All right, you can see I'm very chatty today. Very chatty. And I need to be quiet because I have a lot of work to do today. So I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to let you go. And thank you so much for hanging with me for this video because I feel like it was all over the place. My brain is just scattered because of everything that's going on. But I thank you for watching. I thank you for commenting and liking and whatever you do to help this channel grow. I know that my growth is only partly my success. It is also because of all of you and all the support that I get from you guys. And I'm going to be picking a winner for these little bags. And when I get done with the review series, I am going to throw one of the, because I'm going to review these, so these are going to be open. I'm going to throw a hook in here for you guys too. So you're going to get the little Notions pouch. And if you don't, I will link the giveaway video for this. Make sure you comment on that. Follow the rules. And I'm going to give you the Notion pouch, a hook, and a skein of yarn. So we're just adding to the prize, but I'm getting ready to pick a winner soon. So make sure you are entered on that, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.